Well, hello, folks. And you're probably wondering, wasn't 39, wasn't that the last one? Yes and no. This is going to be the last one. It'll be for, but I'm not going to do any special effects. You're not going to see any animation, characters. You're just going to listen to me read this chapter because right now we're on page 324. It's a 500-page book. This will be the last time you'll be able to hear this for free. Hopefully you buy the book and everything, and at the end of the reading, I'll show you the covers. But let's go ahead and start off there. And of course, the recap is they managed to escape, but a large metal door came down and separated Judge and Bailey, while Sly and Marie are on the other side. And they realized, they said, meet us at Vista Point. Now we continue. While Marie holds back her tears and reluctantly helps Sly to his feet, they hurry themselves down the corridor heading to Vista Point. With most of the lights out, Judge begins to feel his way out. He breathes a sigh of relief as the sounds of muffled soldier voices from the other side of the wall explode in anger, being blocked off as well. Bailey slowly begins to wake up. How are you feeling? Asked Judge warmly as he strokes her hair with his fingers ever so gently. Better, much better, happily reports Bailey as she points her fingers to the roof of the cave. Judge looks up and sees the little red light on the camera monitor and says, I think we better get going. Okay, Judge, but just one thing, please. What's that? Asked Judge quickly. Let me walk. Your flying shield is making me a little nauseous. Okay, says Judge. If you get too tired, I can always carry you. Oh, you're so sweet, but I need to use my legs. Fair enough, replies Judge as he shrinks his large shield to the size of a garbage can lid and says, this way. They entered a small lit cave and carefully navigate along a 3-foot ledge with a 40-foot drop below. He holds on to her hand and the back of her shoulders with his other invisible arms, longer arms, as they hug the wall and slowly make it across another area where the opening is larger and the ceiling is a good 3 foot taller. Suddenly they hear movement and a voice yelling out from above on a nearby precipice. There they are! Judge braces for action. As he does so, he stumbles to the ground, dropping his shield. Bailey looks up, and for that 1 second that passes, she sees the reflection of weapons and flashes of light. Time freeze. She freezes time and moves over to Judge, and she pushes him to the ground and inside a small, dark area of the light. Time resumes. The soldiers are struck by the sudden disappearance of them. While some soldiers are visibly bewildered or uncertain what to do next, their commander is not. There they are. You men know what to do. Do it. Judge is momentarily stunned to find himself in the shadows of a different place only 20 yards away, carefully hidden in the rock foundation with his wife. He looks at her as he smiles back at him, knowing she saved him. A second later, he begins to panic and says with a loud whisper, My shield, where's my shield? And Bailey's haste in rescuing Judge, she forgets to grab the shield. Before she can answer, a multitude of explosions blanket the area, causing not only a landslide above them, but causes their own ledge footing to crumble. Like two kids on a slip and slide, they both speedily roll down the hill to a cleared landing area below. Judge manages to stop at this level while Bailey falls continues and comes to an end about 30 more feet below him. Judge looks up at the soldiers and realizes that he is in full view of them, while Bailey is clearly not. Judge is relieved that she has landed out of view to the soldiers, and that just might give him some precious seconds to secure the area with his eyes, hoping to find his lost shield. He knows that once he makes eye contact with the shield, it will return to him quickly. "Stop! Don't move," orders the commander as two of the sharpshooters take aim at him and order him to get on his belly and to put his hands behind his neck. Judge knows he has no choice, as ropes are dropped below to him and the soldiers start descending. One particular soldier, wearing a full-face helmet and heavy bodily padding, becomes the first to land on his feet and quickly marches over to Judge and kicks him in the head. Judge yells out in pain as the soldier orders him to stand up and look him in the eye. As Judge slowly gets to his feet, he looks at him in his face. He can't believe his eyes. Judge grimaces as he says under his breath, "Oh no, not Doug again." "I'm here too, Judge," says Cody as his feet touch the ground from above. He removes his helmet to beam the word with a pompous smile sprinkled with generous gloating. "In case you are wondering," replies Cody. But before Doug can respond, 4 more soldiers land and immediately cock their weapons and point them at Judge nervously. "Put your weapons away," replies Judge, both cautiously and firmly as he slowly returns his hands to the air. "Don't trust your boy," says Doug with mockingly. "You keep him in your sights at all times and be ready to fire." One of the soldiers moves over to the edge and says to Judge, "Where's the other one?" Judge looks boldly in the face of Doug's helmet, covering his face, and studies his own reflection from the mirror like eye googles. With deliberate fortitude of Cody, he responds, She's here. She's not here. She's not here. She's with the others. I'm here all by myself." "You talk to me," demands Doug as he headbutts Judge with his helmet. Judge does not respond or react to him, but remains at attention with both hands raised. Doug removes his helmet and wisely exclaims, "You're a liar, and not a very good one at that. Cody, check it out." While Cody and the 2 other soldiers move to the edge, the others keep their weapons locked on Judge. "Ha! I see her. She's trying to hide under that precipice in the shadows by the water edge. I see her reflection in the water, too." Doug turns to Judge and says bitterly with a low, threatening voice, "Nice try, old man. You will pay for that." Judge boldly and coldly returns the face threat to him without saying a word, silently breathing the warning of his own stern look of diplomacy as he responds with a warning, "You better not hurt her, or you will pay dearly. That I promise, Doug." He swallows the threat with a dash of trepidation and turns over to Cody and the others and says, "You men, drop your ropes down and go down and fetch her. I think Miss Wilder would love being reunited again with her beloved Judge." Doug smirks as he looks at him while baiting him along and says, "Who knows what you might be willing to do for me, too." Not hurt you," concludes Doug with an immoral snicker. Judge's eyes are about to explode, but he continues to bite his tongue, refusing to give Doug any encouragement or incentive for him to act. Suddenly, everything changes when a deep, familiar voice yells out from behind one of the United soldiers, "Leave her. We'll attend to her later. She's not going anywhere." Thomas removes his helmet and coldly eyeballs both Doug and Cody. Judge, I thought you would like to know that your little girl is fine, taunts Torres with a mock concern as he brushes some excessive dirt from the cave from his suit. What are you talking about? Asked Judge, curiously. Your daughter Marie, also known as the superhero Eclipse of Vacation World, which we all so vividly had a share in. You remember that too, don't you, Judge? Judge doesn't respond at first, but after a few seconds of reflection, he replies with sarcastic belief, What about Sly? You have him too, I bet. Judge was very aware of the technique he called suspect manipulation. He has used it quite effectively himself when he needed to rattle a perk to get control of him or to get some important information. Something he became quite good at in the days on the force, and he was in search of the truth. TNT smiles arrogantly and says, Oh no, your superpower buddy called Showbiz hasn't been caught yet, but it won't be long. Judge gives TNT a cold stare in response, but says nothing in return. While Marie was perfectly clever, hiding in the shadows and turning invisible, I had to admit, she almost did get away until she crossed over an electrical current coupled and got electrocuted. But don't worry, she's okay now, Judge. She is in protective custody. It's only a matter of time until we have Sly too. But I have to admit, Judge, your friend Sly is giving us a run for the money. Did you know he can cause sound effects that sound so real? It's almost impossible to know the difference. Why, he ran our people ragged over the storage room area where they thought they had him trapped. He created diversions of movement, sounds, whispers, and even managed to make bodily noises, if you get my drift. It's no wonder the general always made sure he was wearing one of these, says TNT as he proudly holds up high another power suppressant in his right hand. This one, my friend, is for you. But don't worry, Judge. I haven't forgotten your wife. I have one for her, too, superciliously reports TNT. We are very aware of your super speed and ability to freeze time, and of course, we can't leave without the proper restraints. Suddenly, one of the soldiers steps behind Judge and sticks him with a needle, sedating him. He falls to the ground silently as two other soldiers move over to him and install the leg suppressant on his left leg. Well, one down and one to go, says TNT as he looks over to Doug and Cody. The next chapter, darkness begins to fall. That will end this audio reading, and you'll have to follow the rest of the book or possibly an audiobook. But we want to thank you for participating and watching, listening to the program. There's nothing like reading, and the next best thing is listening. But we're glad you took the time to listen to us, and we certainly hope you enjoyed all the hard work we did before. But it has to come to an end because I'm just running out of time. I just don't have the time to do everything. Thank you once again, and please subscribe. We really appreciate that, and share. Again, I appreciate it very much. So thank you so much.